Hi, and welcome back to Mental Health with Mar. I'm Mar from Oral Media. In light of the new year, this episode's topic is New Year's resolutions. Our special guest for this episode is our principal, Mrs. Schmidt. So let's jump in. First off, let's talk about why resolutions are important. Well, they're a way to reset and turn over a new leaf. Let's see why Mrs. Schmidt says that resolutions are important and see what her resolutions are for this year.
The importance of resolutions is that you're resolving an idea to yourself, that you're setting yourself up for success. It's basically like setting a goal and making the necessary changes or setting up the steps to reach that goal. The one resolution I have is just to be more present with my kids. My kids are 5 and 7, and a lot of times I'll find myself doom scrolling or being involved on the computer or taking lots of phone calls. So although I'm there, I'm not really present all the time. So just trying to spend as much time as I can with them. There's always the resolution of just being healthier and getting out to, enjoy the outdoors more than I am as well. We are fortunate in our school year to have so many separate times that we could start new things. So we just had the mid-year mark, and we're trying to make some changes for the betterment of our school. For visibility, building relationships, and making sure that we are a safe building that we're doing. So, we're going to have a few things coming our way, but that's kind of like the resolution for the school, that we want the Red Lion to be a place where everybody wants to be. Teachers, students, and feel safe both physically, mentally, emotionally. That's our
The
goal.
media is a large part of what influences the public. Sometimes there's a negative connotation when looking at the New Year's. The media makes the notion that resolutions have to be this huge change, when in reality it could just be a small adjustment to your life or no change at all.
Well, I think overall the media affects a lot of the things that we do. If we listen to them, they affect all sorts of things, ideas that we have, anything to shop for, to vacations to go on. The media can have effect on that if you're listening to them all the time. Personally, I think the resolution gets a bad buzz because it's always like the first of the years, and we do studies of how long people last with them. But I think it's important as individuals to set goals for ourselves.
Mrs. Schmidt uses a great analogy for change in the new year, and she adds how it affects learning in the school system. But let's take a look.
Oftentimes it's always looking forward to the next thing, that a lot of times we forget where we are right now, and also looking back at where we were. Now, we can't change things that happened in the past, but we can acknowledge what they were, how they affected us, and how we could change to go to the future. There was a quote I shared with the faculty yesterday. It alluded to the fact that, I can't control the weather, but I can adjust my sails. And I think the mid-year is a great way for us to adjust our sails. And as students, it could be all sorts of things. You can adjust your sails academically. If you feel like you weren't as successful in classes as you wanted to be, maybe you didn't put the effort, maybe you got distracted with the, doom scrolling that we all do. It's time to adjust your sails, that you're going to be more present academically. If it's being part of your family or your friends and just being a better friend that way, it's never too late to adjust your sails to do things. It's just important to recognize that regardless of where we are, that there's always a change we can make to get to where we want to be.
That is all for this episode. Thank you to our guest, Mrs. Schmidt, for great insight on the New Year's resolutions. Remember that you are loved and you matter. I'm Mar from Our Media, and I'll see you in the next episode.